welcome to episode 2 of the iDoctor UK podcast. As before, I'm your host, Ollie from iDoctor UK. And in today's video, podcast, audio, however we're listening to it, we have got Al Ward from iPitstop. How are you doing, buddy?
Not
you
too
good?
bad at all, not too bad at all.
Wicked,
Good to
wicked.
be back in the homeland.
Yeah, so you drove a little way to get here, haven't you? So you come all the way from Essex up to
3 hours.
Sheffield.
Yeah.
Nice. And the real purpose of it was to bring your van up, which we've just done a little tour of. I will stick a link to the video of the tour in the description or just up there. So you run iPitstop, which is a mobile sort of go-to-you repair service. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about it, dude.
Yeah, of course. So, I've been running iPitstop now for 7 years, just turned 7. We started out doing, I think similar to you, we'd go to the people's houses, fix at the kitchen table or take stuff away with us. And we quickly realised that doing iPads, you can't really do an iPad in people's houses. Too much glass.
Yes.
So, the idea was to get a van. We converted it ourselves.
Yeah.
Actually, we converted the newest one ourselves, but the first one we bought just as a already done day van in the middle of like a camper van type. Yeah, so with a desk in there. So, the years have gone on and we're on our third van now and completely kit it out ourselves.
Yeah, so do you reckon you've got it refined now? Because you've gone from knowing nothing, you didn't know what to expect, then you've got one what's half fitted out, so you and then you've merged the two and made your own now.
This is it.
So and it's a pretty good setup. Like I say, link for the video will be in the description or up above there. Go and check that out because it's a really, really cool van. But you've got all that set up. It's pretty nice. And I know what you're saying about when I started, that was the same. We went to people's houses and you're there. Not everybody's house is ideal. Some people don't even have a table to do something on. So it's not convenient. It's not very professional.
Yeah. Sometimes you have an audience.
The lighting's always bad. You've always got an audience. You might go into an house and it absolutely stinks.
Yeah.
Oh man, I went to this place and I don't know what this guy was doing. It were awful. I'm not going to divulge too much, but this guy must have been like breeding dogs or something. And as soon as you open that door, you get that stench, just a waft and bad smell. So you're much better. Even like I ended up making an excuse and getting out of there.
Yeah.
And even. Ooh, what are you doing, Alex? Made an excuse to get out of the house, but even like I could smell the phone. It were awful.
Yeah,
but
awful.
You do get them kind of places. But you're better off being in the van now
Yes.
because you're out of there. You just meet people on the doorstep. You don't have to go into creepy people's houses.
Well, when we first started, I would do it at the kitchen table so people would know I wasn't going to nick their phones. Yeah. So there was a real trust issue at first where people didn't trust I was going to bring the phone back. So I think doing it at people's kitchen tables, it kind of like some of these customers as well, they're still using me now because I'd sit, we'd chat while I was doing it. So it was a good way to start the business, but now, it's so much nicer just grabbing the phone or iPad, taking it into the van. Anything that, sometimes things go wrong, you're not stressed out because people are watching.
You're not doing it
you
right
sort
in
the
front of
problem
them
out.
and you're not just cut through a cable or something on somebody's kitchen side and you can...
You start sweating.
you know what? Yeah. I've been in some situations before and when I used to... It's brought back a few memories really. There were another one where we went into somebody's house and I was doing it in the kitchen and for whatever reason the customer wasn't in the room. So I've gone to get a part from the car and I've come back into the house and this great big dog de Bordeaux just staring me in the face like that. So I've had to shut the door. I've left all my tools in there. I'm not really scared of dogs, but I just didn't want to be mauled by this fucking dog de Bordeaux. So and then I had to go and wait in car. Call customer. I'm like, can you move your dog, please? It presents some interesting stuff, really. But definitely, if I was going to start doing the on-call stuff again, it'd be the same in the van. Because eventually, I think COVID happened. And that sort of forced me to do it in the car, and I had like a little, I had a little lap tray where I'd have a rubber mat on there, and then all the tools on the seat. And it gets a bit messy, but you've just got it really nice.
When our van is in for repair, that's what I go back to in the car, and it really makes me appreciate the van, how it's set up.
Of course, yeah. It's a good setup, and then even still, I'm going back in history here. I'm going down a trip on memory lane, but even still, like the size of your van, I had a shed at home, which it was a brick built shed, and it was pretty decent. And there'll be some old pictures on Google, I think, of that place. And I bet your van's about the same size and the same amount of storage that I had in there.
It's not big at all.
Yeah, but you've got it set up so that it works. It really works.
Thank you.
All the storage and everything. The blue light laser were cool. And then what's the majority of the work? What you're doing? Is it just screens and batteries? What you're doing?
Screens and batteries. To be fair, back glass we do get a lot of. I prefer using housings.
Yeah,
it's quicker and cleaner and a better job. But with the price of a back glass, especially on the 12, 13 models, you can just outprice a lot of the competitors.
And it is way more affordable to go for the back glass repair rather than the full housing, for sure.
And of course, we use the no logo glass.
Obviously, everybody uses no logo glass. Everybody, it's criminal. But is there anything that you'd change about the van and the setup what you've got? Would you go into, like, would you ever think of either going for a workshop and the van and employ somebody to work sort of in the workshop, or would you get some? Because I didn't see a microscope in your van, so you're not doing stuff like that in there, are you?
That's it. Yeah, this is what I was going to come on to as well. So you are limited with space in the van. I have thought about taking the top sets of drawers off, so it's level with the desk. So I'm in so I have more of an L-shaped desk space, which then I could get a scope set up in there. But yes, I've also looked at units to see whether I should have a base, and then maybe get someone out in the van, or me do the van. They have a base. But over the years we've just kind of stuck to our guns and carried on going as we are. Yeah, we still offer like board work and glass only refurb type works, but it's all outsourced.
Okay, yeah. So you're sending it out.
Yeah. So ideally, I mean, I would love to be able to do those things. It's really, I am intrigued of learning new skills, but how we've got it set up, like the business model being a quick repair, get as many in a day as we can. Yeah. We kind of pick up those more, harder repairs, and then we are just sending them away and then dropping them off type thing. So
yeah, if it works for you, then it's definitely worth doing. What about sort of like, as you said, like the newer models of iPhone where it starts getting expensive, and like glass only repairs is going to be honestly, glass only repairs, they're the future. Like, of screen repairs, definitely. Yeah. Like, how do you think, like moving forward, do you reckon you'll change it?
Yeah, I think I've at least got to learn the chip replacement.
Oh yeah, of course.
To at least take the message away. Yes. So yes, as time is going on, each update, Apple drop their little stinker, don't they? And just to remind us that we're in control. Your third-party screens aren't going to work one day. In the future, I think we have got to invest in ourselves to learn these extra skills. But at the minute, we've been lazy for a few years, of not pushing ourselves towards that. But I think to future-proof ourselves, we are going to have to, rather than outsource everything.
Move into something. I think there's going to be a point. Luckily, you're already in you've niched down into the van, so you're going on site to people, and that's going to cover a big range of customers who might not be able to get into you. They might have mobility issues, or they might just be lazy fuckers and want to stay at home all day, which is fine. That's fine. But I think there's going to be a point where brick and mortar shops are going to struggle because you can't just change batteries, charging ports, and screens forever. You need to be moving into a different sort of just specialising in one sort of thing. And I'd say you've got that covered because, like I said, you're out and about.
Well, did you see just recently, this last week, the Apple Service Program has been released, so you can get genuine parts.
Yeah, so that's released.
So that's pretty cool. At first, I thought, when it first came out in the US, I thought, this is a gimmick, the price of the screens and everything. But I did actually look, and I think like a 13 Pro screen, without the discount, so without sending your screen back.
Yeah, so it's important to note that if you take the screen off, you can send it back and you get a credit, or
Yeah.
you get recredited. So you buy the screen,
Get like a
say it's like
discount
320 quid or something. I
Yeah.
think ringing the bell, iPhone 13 or 14 screen, it was about 320 quid.
Yeah, that's what I had in my head, about
And then
300,
you send it back and you get about 60, 70 quid
Yeah.
back, don't you?
Yeah.
So for the part.
So going forwards, yeah, for us, I think trialing that because I think there's a few comments on there, and someone had priced it up like a battery replacement.
Yeah.
There was about 45 quid profit in it to do that through Genuine. So that's quite hopeful.
I were actually looking this morning, and
Yeah.
well, not really looking, and I was thinking about it this morning, just brainstorming in my head about thinking, is it worth making sort of a page on the website just to offer a fitting service? Because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to buy that stuff, and they'll buy it on impulse for whatever, and they'll think, oh yeah, I'll sort this out, no problem.
Yeah.
And then it'll come to actually fixing it, and they'll look at the repair manual, and they'll either fuck it up and they'll break it, or they'll think, you know what, this is out of my league here. Let's consult someone. And I don't know what Apple are offering in that aspect. Like, have they got a service where you've already bought the part, you can take it in, and then they'll just charge you a bit more, or something like that?
Yeah.
Or you can return the part if you change your mind, and then they'll fit a screen. But I think there's going to be customers who are going to be looking for that. And if you've got that on your website, now that it's happening, because there's going to be people buying it now.
It's so fresh now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So to get behind that.
I think that might be tonight's job, actually, just launching a landing page and offering a product to a fitting service, effectively.
Yeah.
A fitting service.
I think we'll probably do the same because at the minute with Genuine stuff, obviously you can get pulled things, refurb things quite easily, can't you?
Yeah.
But like you've still got the compatibility, it's like the serialization. Of the screen.
From what I gather on the self-service thing, you fit the part and then you just bell them up, don't you? You just call them up and they do it. GSX, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know the full ins and outs. You know what? In next few weeks, I'm planning to go up to an ILP store and interview someone there and talk about
that'd be good.
What they're doing and that kind of thing, and what any secrets that you can tell me. That's what I'm after. I'm after secrets.
Well, that's it. Well, after, when I saw that as well, I thought, what is the point in going IRP when you can now get the Genuine stuff?
Exactly.
So
exactly. I don't know if there's a price difference. I imagine that there's a price difference, but would that price difference outweigh the hoops that you have to jump through? I don't.
To be IRP.
I'm speculating here because I don't know. I don't know the full ins and outs of what you have to do, but I know somebody who set up. He's been going through the IRP process for about 18 months, and he's just become approved and set up and everything on it. And then Apple released a self-repair program. I feel like
that's it.
I feel like, if I'd spent all that time doing that,
You'd be
really
pissed.
cheesed off.
I would be pissed.
I'd be mad that they dropped that.
Yeah.
They dropped that on you. And then you're like, oh yeah, so everybody can actually do this, but you mugs have spent 10 grand getting yourselves kitted out.
I thought the same.
Yeah, that'd be...
I mean, even the opening machine, which we're not going to invest in because it's easy enough just to do it, isn't it?
You know what? There's a video, I don't know if you've seen my video with the Rewall one. They sent me one.
Yes,
it's really
I do remember
good,
that.
actually.
Yeah,
it's really good. I cracked a fucking 12 screen this morning. Not with the Rewall machine, taking
just
it
doing
off.
it freehand.
It would beat up this screen.
Yeah.
I think it might have had a chip in it or something. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I'm pretending. Really.
You don't make mistakes, do you?
But yeah, obviously we don't make mistakes. But I ended up cracking the screen this morning, taking it off. I was gutted. But that was using the blade technique. I don't know what went wrong. I'm pretty sure there was a defect in the skin. Yeah. Which works well. Or that Rewall tool what I've got, that works really well as well. It takes Samsung back covers off as well, which is good.
Oh, nice.
Which is really good. There's the heated screen opener.
Yeah.
The screwdrivers, I did look at the price of them a little bit ago, but I'm sure they're about £40 a screwdriver for a torque driver, and I just think,
I think they're 80 quid. The actual driver bit, it was 80 quid, I think.
So the handle's 80 quid, and then you have interchangeable things for them. But then don't they sell you like multiple screwdrivers? Because I won't be able to cope. Like the iFixit one where you swap it out, I won't be able to do that because I lose them all the time.
Yeah.
So I definitely won't be able to cope with that.
I don't get the press. Like, is that to what put the screen?
So
press the screw.
I think I know a little bit about this.
Go on.
I think it's similar to laminating new glass on like ochre sheets.
Right.
I think the adhesive is called a thermal bonding adhesive.
Right.
So if you put some pressure on it and some heat, it activates the adhesive.
I see.
Let
so
me go and get
more
one.
sticky and waterproof.
I don't know if
almost.
you've seen these ones.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense now.
Let me
Because
get
I
one.
thought it was like a press just for like pressing the screen on in one
No.
piece,
So
rather than just use your hands.
for a while we've had the.
The
For a while we've had the aftermarket
Yeah.
Adhesive stickers which come on those blue sheets,
Yeah.
but if you have a look on, I think Replace Base and China suppliers,
They're the real deal.
they've got these real deal. I don't know where they come from. Probably off the back of. No, I wouldn't say that about Replace Base. They don't do things like that, right? But these ones come from somewhere. I don't know if they see this one's got a little defect on that side there, so I don't know if they're defective or returns or seconds or something like that. But apparently it's heat activated. They are sticky still.
Yeah.
And I mean, a way to combat that realistically, put it on the hot plate, put a little bit of weight on it, and leave it on there for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and it does the same job.
Same job,
You put a Bible on top of it or a nice thick book. Put your collection of Lord of the Rings novels on it.
Yeah.
And it'll do the job for you. That's all you have to do. The heat.
Yeah.
Fucking heat press. But Samsung do a similar thing, don't they? Samsung have got a similar machine.
They got a similar
But they've been available for ages. You can buy all genuine Samsung tools from various suppliers. I know Headlane and Gultec, they sell them,
This is my problem in a van, you see. I love all the new toys, but I have to have the things I'm really going to use.
You've got to give it some thought when you've only got a little bit of space, really.
That's the beauty of having a shop.
Yeah. I've got a big workshop here. I'll do a video tour of that sometime. So it's a decent size. I've shown you around earlier.
It's brilliant.
And we've got room for lots of stuff, but that can be problematic as well because impulse buy.
Of course.
I just impulse buy tools and
if you've got
gadgets
the room,
and all
why
sorts
not?
because we've got room for it.
Yeah.
We're going to buy it. And then you end up skint. Anyway, moving on from that.
Yep.
I know that you wanted to talk about LCD versus OLED screens. So
I'm a recent convert, and I thought you fitted them, but you don't now.
Once upon a time, I used to fit
we've done a swap
LCD.
then.
Yeah. Role reversal.
I was dead against it.
Pretty much. I've been thinking about it. I saw some prices for the ZY ones.
Yeah.
I think
ZY and RJ. Yeah. Pretty decent.
They look like decent screens, and I mean, if they're decent. The problem was I was buying the iTrue Colour ones from Replace Base, which were LCD in-cell LCDs, and I was paying about the same price for them as I was for. There might have been a few quid difference for an X07 soft OLED.
There you go.
And
doesn't make sense.
So price-wise, I just thought I might as well suck up that few quid difference, keep the prices for the aftermarket screen or the budget screen the same, fit an X07 screen, and then you can get away with doing that, and it works, and you're getting a better quality screen. I've not changed the prices, but now it looks like the LCD prices have come down.
Yes.
And it might be worth me adding another layer onto that because I don't mind using them, and I've had customers come back and they might have got an iPhone X. Say 18 months ago, I've fitted an LCD screen to their iPhone X. Yep. It's coming. It's been fitted properly. That's half the battle. Getting somebody to fit the screen properly. Yeah. It's been fitted properly. It's stuck down and it's secured, and it's still standing the test of time. It works well, and they've come in for a battery, and you can fit it, reseal it, and that screen's still good.
Yep.
I didn't have any real problems apart from the price mark on LCDs versus OLED.
Being
I just
too
thought
close.
It seemed pointless going for. Those soft OLED X07 screens are really good.
Yeah, awesome.
But like I was saying, another layer. Maybe if I market the X07 screen as aftermarket, and then the other one as a budget option. Yeah. You can knock 20 quid off the total price.
You're catering for all needs.
Yeah, because there is people who are prices. They might go down the road and get it 30 quid cheaper, and they'll be like, well, it is expensive or whatever.
I find it's people's kids. They're like just put
whatever's
a screen
cheapest.
on that works.
Whatever's cheapest, or I'm upgrading it soon anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Just put the cheapest one. I need it to last me till next month or 6 weeks or whatever.
I feel like with LCD, if the colours are right the bezels are small, the touch is smooth. That's all people are really looking for, aren't they?
There's a lot.
As long as it works well.
Yeah,
a lot of people aren't bothered.
Yeah, I think people have this misconception that it's going to drain the life out of your battery. And I know there's going to be some purists that will go, oh, damn you, and all this. Get out of here. Get out of here.
TF, what was it, the old school LCD TFT cheapest stuff.
Yeah.
There's more layers, isn't there?
Yeah.
And they're a worse quality. They're thicker.
They are pretty poor.
But I think the cough stuff, the... someone's phone going.
One thing about working in a phone shop is that you're guaranteed that somebody's alarm's going to go off when you need absolute silence. Which was that? Is that Google Pixel one?
It is, yeah.
Let's see if we can turn it off.
That's so funny.
Sometimes just...
A few moments later.
I'll stick it in my van.
Silence.
Whoa, that is insane.
That was good though, isn't it?
That is airtight,
I wasn't
isn't it?
expecting that to be so quiet. Anyway, before we were very rudely interrupted by that customer's phone, we were talking about LCD versus OLED. I can still hear it a little bit in the back of my head, but it's all right. I don't think you'll be able to hear it on the microphone. So what were we saying?
It's the qualities of LCD now. The structures have changed, haven't they, over time?
Yes.
So, yeah, the cuff structured LCDs, they're much thinner, aren't they? The bezels are, you haven't got the chin on the bottom. This is what I used to notice as well.
Oh, okay. Is that what you call it, the chin?
Yeah, so the LCD,
they are a lot wider.
I remember the old X LCD screens, they'd have such a wider bottom on them, so they would be noticeably different for people.
Okay, I'm with you.
But now they're a lot closer, I think. And we've been fitting them now only for a couple of months.
Yeah.
But they are, they're Elecworld's EK Pro range, which are an RJ made screen. It's got an RJ display on them.
Okay, yeah.
Apparently.
RJ is a manufacturer, right?
Yeah, so RJ, the factory that makes the LCD.
I don't look into too much of the manufacturing and science of it. Like, I know Zane, previous guest, he could tell you every screen.
He geeks out on stuff. Yeah,
he knows all that stuff. He knows it. I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
If the screen works and it's a good price and I can offer a decent warranty on it, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
As long as the customers are happy, that's it for me.
Yeah.
I don't nerd into it too much, but I have had some trouble with some XR glass and digitizers.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's XF. Does that ring a bell?
Yes.
XF ones. They were terrible,
So
and
the
compatibility
touch
issues
going
with the
crazy.
touch. Yeah. So all half touch on a screen, and it just weren't the best.
Finding the good thing I like about X07 and is it XY the other one? ZY.
Yeah.
Is the LCD
FX5 is the
FX5.
sort of direct competitor to the X07, isn't
It's
it?
the LCD breakage warranty. That was unheard of before.
Yeah.
And even if you get a customer through who has dropped it, has damaged it, you can still even do it half price.
I don't even know how they cover that.
How do they cover it? Yeah,
I don't know.
It's
It's
insane.
same with the FX5 and X07 iPad digis.
Yeah.
They cover crack. Yeah,
How
so
does
if you
that work?
break it, you can send it back. I don't think I've took advantage of that.
Yeah, I haven't.
I might have done once. Because when Replace Base had a little shop in Sheffield, where you could pick up parts and stuff. So I was there back and forth quite a lot. And I definitely did it then. I think I personally cracked it when I was putting it back together or something. Accidents happen. And Zane swapped it out for me straight away. Swapped it out and just give me a replacement one. So and there's no quibble on that, which is pretty good.
I would say, if you're starting out, that's a great tip. I think if you go for a brand that covers that, you aren't going to be paying out your pocket for damage, like customer damage.
You know what? It rings a bell. That. Breaking a screen when you're putting it together.
It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. We got an apprentice here this week, and I'm only ripping him now because he's the apprentice. But that's sort of mandatory to do. And he broke a screen yesterday, just reassembling it, which is fine. I totally accept that that's going to happen from time to time.
I do it all the time.
I'm just going to rip him anyway. Because he's a friend of mine for the last 15, 20 years as well. So it's all good. It's all good. Right, anyway, back to doing the podcast. That sort of broke the rules. Is that called breaking the fourth?
Breaking the fourth wall.
Breaking the fourth wall, talking to people who aren't here,
I
technically.
see.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. Where were we at?
So I've covered. Have we done?
The warranty.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I was going to say we covered van versus mobile. If you want to carry on with the LCD,
I think we've probably
thing,
talked enough about LCD versus OLED.
Yeah.
I think the conclusion was that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as you're keeping your customers happy.
That's it.
Purists will say no.
I think purists haven't tried the newest screens out.
I think they're just
honestly,
snobs.
yeah.
I think they're just snobs. I'm not getting into it because there's a few people who I know for a fact who'll say, yeah, that's me. I'm a purist, and they'll think it's a negative thing against them. But I think if you know your customers and you know and you're happy to deliver that, and you can deliver a warranty and a good quality service, then realistically, as long as you're not using the worst of the worst, then you can do it. And
if you're putting your brand behind it, this is our thing. You want it to be a quality part because otherwise it makes you look bad.
100%.
If you've got them coming back in because they've got problems, that's a pain and that's not looking good on you. So it's all about finding a good quality aftermarket, where you go.
Yeah, so that sort of wraps up LCD versus OLED, and I know that you wanted to talk about health.
Yes.
Both physical and mental health. Yeah. Realistically, it is very important. For me, the mental health one, I go to gym every other day. So physical health, I think I'm fairly fit, but I know you've got some back ailments as well. So.
Well, I was a gym goer as well a few years ago, but I have a herniated disc in my back. Well, a couple of them.
So that's commonly known as a slip disc, is it?
Slip disc, which causes sciatica. So through the daytime, I can get by. I'm on cocodamol and things that bring the pain down. But at night time, like last night, I just couldn't get out of pain. I was sort of in a yoga position trying to.
I bet it doesn't help being in the van though, like bent over in there. There's a video.
All day.
I was bent over in the van, and I'm pretty tall. You're a bit shorter than me, but even still, you were
sat down driving, sat down working, hunched over.
Yes.
So it definitely doesn't help. So I'm now on the urgent list to get a discectomy, which basically is they're going to shave. So basically, my discs in my back, they are bulged, and because they're bulged, it touches the sciatic nerve, which runs all the way down.
Right.
When that's been pinched, it's just unreal pain.
About it.
So what they're going to do is shave off part of the disc, which essentially stops the bulge.
It making contact.
But as soon as they've done that, I'll be doing physiotherapy, back in the gym, swimming, doing everything I can to stop that happening in the future. Then
will you be out of work then?
They reckon about a month to 6 weeks I will have to rest for. So not too bad.
Not the worst.
No. I think what we'll have to do is I'll send my wife out to grab the repairs.
That makes sense.
I'll probably fix them from the bed.
That makes sense. That'd work. Yeah. If she can get about, then there's no reason why you can't. You could arrange it. The logistics are a bit more complicated than just knocking on someone's door, But
with it, I think with our customers as well, because we'll probably even do a post on our page to say what's happening.
Yeah.
And people have been so supportive. Like the last time it happened was 2017.
Okay.
And sort of everyone got
So this has happened before.
Yeah.
Did you have the surgery before as well?
So my back went properly in 2017, where I wasn't able to walk for 2 weeks.
Right.
Got an MRI, and that showed my first herniated disc.
Yeah.
But then over that many years, I think it's 6 years now, is it 2017? With fitness, I managed to recover from it.
Okay.
So now it's gone again now this year, my next scan shows the disc above really herniated, but the one below is still, but it's better than it was.
Okay.
So when it went the last time, we put a post up and people was happy just
That's good.
letting us.
You know what? That reminds me. A lot of the customers who come in here still, they'll come in and say, "Oh yeah, I can remember when you came out to my house and fixed the car."
They remember, don't they?
Yeah, they definitely remember that.
Yeah.
And it's good to have a tight group of customers. We get them from all over the country, and still, even then, they'll ring up and they'll say, "Oh, look, my sister's done this, or my kids have done this."
Yep.
Yeah, the back thing is going to put you out. That sucks, and there's not a lot you can do about that. And it starts to that'll bring us into sort of mental health because it fucks you up, doesn't it? When you've got stuff like that.
I've had moments where I've really it's because I've got a little lad as well now. I find myself looking at him like just the other night I did it.
Shall we put that on silent? I'll take it anyway. Hello, iDoctor.
Yeah, so with me having a young lad now, Arthur's just turned 1. I found myself just the other night. I was just watching him play. He's just started walking now, and then I just got really upset because I thought I'm 36 now, and I'm feeling like this. I can hardly walk. Like, what am I going to be like in 10 or 15 or 20 years?
Worrying, isn't it? It's
so
you know what?
It's so important to keep yourself healthy.
I don't mean to mock the situation, but Neuralink, mate. Tesla, Elon Musk is going to come and sort you out. He's going to drill an hole in your head. He's going to drill an hole in your head, and all these physical ailments that everybody's got, they're just going to go away. I don't know the full ins and outs of it, but apparently people who can't walk because they've got a spinal injury or whatever, this thing will rejig your brain.
It takes away because a lot of pain is in your head as well, isn't it?
Your head,
If you start offering that service, I'll come over and you can.
Anytime, mate. Anytime. I've already got the name of the brand is prepared
because
we're iDoctor. It's already prepared to go from phone repairs into fitting Neuralinks for people. So but look into that. It's really cool. I don't know the full ins and outs of it, but from what I gather,
if he can suss it,
Elon Musk has got this company that's gonna make people who are blind be able to see again.
Wow.
Who can't hear again. It's proper like Jesus sort of stuff. I'm not religious,
I'm
but
DM
Jesus style.
I'll be his
Have
patient.
Have a word with him. He'll sort you out.
I'm sure he'll get back to me.
You can be a guinea pig.
But
God. You're right. And it does take a mental toll on you. I find for me, working on your own sometimes that can be. No, I don't know, not tough, but you know when things go wrong and you ain't got somebody to vent to.
Yes.
It's easy to bottle stuff up and then you go home.
Yeah.
And your missus don't want to hear about you.
No.
About moaning about something phone related. But at the same time, I was talking to Zane about his group chat and the Facebook groups and stuff. They're a pretty good place for that, and I know there's lots of good guys in there.
Yeah.
Very like-minded people who have probably been through similar. And I've been trying to make a habit recently of just there's a select few people within the group I'm probably much closer to than others.
Yeah.
And there might be 2 people I might message them once a week or something, and just rotate through.
Yeah.
And not because it's on a schedule or anything like that. I do genuinely care, and I'll just check in on somebody.
Yeah.
The other week I messaged someone, and he just goes, "Mate, you must have known. You must have known I were having a rough day because fucking shit,
yeah,
blah blah blah, this that." Everything's gone wrong.
They get it, don't they, as well?
And so it is good to just check in on each other and make sure.
Yeah, the group, so I have just not discovered voice notes, but I use them a lot. I was telling you about it.
Yes,
so, because obviously your hands are busy a lot of the time, I'm a big fan of voice notes. So, and also, it means you don't have to have the physical phone call where you might be busy. You just send a couple of minutes.
Yes.
So I regularly talk to Alan Lee, who's one of the refurbers on the group.
I don't know him, but I've seen his name in the group. Yes.
And we do the same. We just send each other a voice note. It can be about a pain in the arse customer or how a job's gone, and to have that someone who does what we do, but maybe you've not even met them. It really does help rather than just carry this. Yeah, like you say, if you've made a mistake. You can carry it, can't you?
Yeah, and even get mad and take it home with you and have a shit time at home or whatever. So
the group has been really good for that. For us.
Definitely. Yeah. Like we said, there's those Facebook groups. I'll link that. There's going to be so many links in this description. Just go look in there and check them out. But I will link a Facebook group down in the description below.
Yeah.
And you can join that. I think it's UK only, and they're fairly strict entry criteria on that one, but it's a good group, and like not just for your mental health. Like if you've got a problem with a phone, a problem shared is a problem halved, and there's probably someone in that group who already has overcome that hurdle before. So it's good to share in there. Sometimes you might get ripped if it's a real noob question, but
most people are friendly, aren't they?
Yeah. Most people are decent in that.
Quick response time as well. So,
yes, you get a quick answer, and you're not pestering one single person.
That's right.
To answer you straight away. So, yeah, Al, thanks for coming on the podcast,
worries.
brother.
Nice to have me, mate.
It's been a pleasure. Stick around. Oh, not stick around. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I've got loads of these planned. I posted the link to the last podcast in the group. That's how Al ended up coming on. I said, if anybody wants to come on the show, be my guest. Honestly, I don't mind either coming to you. I don't want to travel too far, like an hour away maybe, or come to us. We can sit down. We can have a chat like this. If you've got something interesting to talk about, by all means, just drop me an email, ollie@idoctoruk.com. And the next interview, hopefully, will be, like I said before, the IOP dude, and we can have some secrets shared from the world of Apple. Finally, I'm going to wrap this up at one point. Don't worry. Right, finally, if you've got any questions that you want to ask me, I think we hopefully get enough viewers that I might get one question asked of me. If you have got any questions that you want me to answer on the podcast, then shoot them through either on email or in the comments below, and I'll try and answer them in the next episode. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been great, and I'll see you next time.